This is Jay Moore.
This is Greg Cruz.
This is Dan.
This
Stone.
is Dexter from The Offspring.
Nathan
This
East.
is Sebastian Younger.
This is David
This
Lab.
is Stuart Copeland.
This is Mick
I'm
Gillette.
Christopher
This is
Knopf.
Dr. Bob Greenberg.
I'm Laird Hamilton.
This is Rob Bell.
Hey, this is John Leon Guerrero.
Hey, I'm Mark Valley.
Hey, and this is Pete A. Turner.
And now, the Break It Down Show with John Leon Guerrero, Mark Valley, and Pete A. Turner.
We're talking to Jeff Calhoun, who is absolutely a client of the Break It Down Show, but also he supports what we support. We want you guys to create things, and what Jeff does is he writes screenplays, but more importantly, he helps other people write screenplays. You're helping me. Yep. We've just worked on my 27 points that I have to do, and I can attest, this is 100% true. We sat down late last night, and you're like, quit making this shit so complicated. Tell me 27 parts of your story. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like,
how many?
Work from there. 27 points in a 3-act movie.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
What about a series? Like in your pilot, how many points do you need?
So a pilot is a little bit different because you're doing 5 different acts. So with a pilot, I would do... Let's see. I wouldn't do 27. I'd probably do like 25-ish.
Like on cable, like a Ray Donovan type pilot.
Yeah.
A
like
half hour.
A half hour? You can do even less.
I don't want to work that
I
hard.
would say like 20.
20?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bang it out.
Yeah, and when you break it down like that on the Break It Down Show, it's a lot simpler, and it's work that I can handle. And you and I talked about this. Like, people talk in terms of, I got to have a strategy, but then there's never like, well, what's the tactic to advance the strategy?
Right.
And then when you start talking about tactics, it gets real uncomfortable because tactics are tough. Like, how do you know where to step? So you're like, well, let's talk about the end point and the goals. It's like, no, wait, hold on. Here's the tactic. Break this thing down into 27 pieces. And then get small from there and work on those things and improve it. And then as you go along, you're advancing on your journey towards writing this screenplay or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I just had a client the other day who, because we give away a free 15-minute consultation. Anybody can make an appointment, and we talk to them. And so I was with this gentleman, and, he was like, I don't even know where to start. I have all these ideas. I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
And I brought him down, and I said, okay, let's just, what is your end result? What is your character? Where are we going? And then we worked on, like you said, the step outline, which is, 9 points per act. You do 9 points for your setup of Act 1, and then 9 of your Act 2, which is your conflict.
Yeah.
What did you say? What is your end goal?
Yeah.
What if, because the thing I'm doing, whatever, what if there is no end goal, and that's the ellipses that is the actual character? Because they have to stay in motion because they don't want to face
a shock
reality. So they just keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah. So I would just say, look at your character and find out what you're trying to say through your character. And then I would use that to motivate the direction of the story.
What am I saying through my character to the audience from my character?
Yeah, because, our story, writing screenplays are basically, we're talking about elements of humanity. Right? So whatever you want to pass through your story as far as humanity goes. So is this a story about a guy that's, trying to better himself? Is this a story about a guy that's trying to
He doesn't know.
He doesn't know.
He can't because
so
he has to be
about
still
someone lost.
Oh, he's lost. He's fucked.
And
he can't stop. He can't slow down because he'd have to face everything. Like his wife wants him to kind of dial it in because of all the things he can't dial it in.
Yeah. So with somebody that's lost like that, obviously you start them out living in that moment of...
Okay, so far so good, Corey.
Being lost. And then you're going to build in towards direction. I mean, characters have to go through a path of change. That doesn't mean they have to become better people. They just have to go through change. And it has to reflect in a way that, the audience would understand, because we want to speak to other people and what they've gone through. So people identify with being lost, which I think that's actually a really great subject matter to speak about. So we show the guy being lost, or the girl, whatever your character is, they're lost, and then something happens in their life early on that shows he has to have some kind of a direction or something that challenges the way he's living right now. And then we take it towards that direction, and we slowly build through that. And then towards the end of the story, what you can have is he or she realizes that they have been lost, and they have to change, and they have to become someone different. The typical ending is that they change and they walk away a better person. Or you can have the ending where they realize they can't change, And that's even more tragic because now he's aware that he's lost. Whereas in the beginning of the story, they don't know they're lost. There's a great film that came out with Young Adult with Charlize Theron.
I love that movie. I read it, and I read for it knowing full well I was not getting it. Because it was, and I did really well. And I mean, when you know you did well, you just know you did well.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I'm like, and I believe it was Patton Oswalt. And I'm like, then I never had a fucking chance.
Yeah.
If he was on the radar, it was a fucking charade of me even being in there.
Yeah.
He was great. But go movie,
yeah. I mean, I bet you would have crushed that part. But in that, the character, right? She realizes she has to be a better person, right? And so she goes through that whole arc, and towards the end, she has that moment of, I can become a better person, and then she refuses that call, and she says, no, I'm going to go back to the way I was, and in fact, even worse, because she steals someone else's work on top of it. So,
talk about an audience being able to identify with something. That's humanity.
That's humanity.
Settling.
Exactly. And so you can build that into your character. It doesn't have to be the classic ending of, look at him, he's found his way in life and he's amazing and we're so happy for him. No, he's realized that he can't have direction for whatever reason, and now he's aware of it, and now it's a tragedy, right? Which is classic Greek mythology, right?
Yeah.
And that could be a beautiful story.
WeFixYourScript.com, 15 minutes of consultation like you just heard.
Let me tell you something. That's more important than anything I'm here for.
Yeah.
And I'm being serious.
100%.
WeFixYourScript.com. That's Jeff's thing. And how much is it?
It's 15 minutes free.
Free.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to be Mr. Business Model here, but,
Yeah.
It's like crack cocaine. You give them the first one free.
First one's free, buddy.
Second one is $8,422.06. Not $5, motherfucker.
Six.
It's definitely not that much.
Yeah. No, and all the prices actually are listed on there.
Yeah,
yeah.
Good. I'm excited about that. I'm
Yeah.
excited to talk to you about what I got to talk to you about.
Thank you. This was fun.
Yeah, it's super cool what you do. And like you said, we want people to create things. So if you've felt like I have this barrier and I'm not sure what that's what Jeff is for. He will answer some of your questions and go get to work. Go get to writing and create something special, because we will. I promise you, if you write your screenplay, I promise you we're going to feature you on the show. We'll do it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, I got to circle back to Amistad because I didn't even know McConaughey was in it.
I'm pretty sure he was.
No, he was. I looked it up.
Oh, nice.
But, the Decora, and this is my problem with Amistad.
Mm-hmm.
The Decora is shown under sail making really good forward speed. It's cooking like at 8 knots back then.
Right.
It's hypers. But I'm sorry, but her main sail is back-winded.